Hi, it's Gwyneth here on a fabulous Feel Good Friday, as ever, helping you to nail your personal brand so that you really get comfortable being who you really are, showing other people that big heart of yours, following your dreams, doing what you love to do, all those things. And on the 26th of October in Austria, it's a pretty special day today. Today is the day that Austria is celebrating its independence. So my theme today is all about who dares wins, because this morning I saw something on the television that irritated me somewhat. There was a discussion between two people about women being in the SAS. Now the SAS, their motto is who dares wins, and one of the people was saying women should not be in the SAS because physically they will never ever make it. The other person was saying women should be allowed into the SAS because they bring not just the physical presence, but they bring brawn, they bring brains as well. And this other person was saying, you know, what happens to the women then if they get ill, if they get injured after 10 years, their lives are at an end. And I thought, how ridiculous is this? Because it's taking away the choice. Everybody has a choice to do what it is that they want. And that motto, who dares wins, is very relevant for everybody. Now today, on the 26th of October, as I sit here in Austria, on a quiet day, because of course all the shops are shut, but it reminds me of my granny, who was originally from Austria, which is why I found my way back here, which is why I now live in the house where she was born, because she had a life of absolute poverty. I mean, you know, some of the stories are quite incredible. I might tell you one day, some of them are quite funny as well when you look back at them. But at the age of 21, in a country where Germany was already threatening, where threats to people's freedom were already being made, my dear granny, at the tender age of 21, moved to England, went to work for a family as a cook. Didn't speak a word of English at the time. She learned all that herself. And when she died in 2006, something that brought a bit of a tear to my eye actually was I was going through her papers and I found one of these little booklets that women's magazines used to give out, how to be a good wife. You know, she was very naive, she was very young, she was not worldly wise at all, but she took that step. She dared to leave her family, her country, even though it was uncomfortable, it was all familiar to her, but she stepped right out and moved to England, met my grandfather, got married, had my mum, which is why I grew up in the UK. And a couple of things. So I saw this article this morning about who dares wins, arguing about women shouldn't be allowed to because, you know, what if this happens, what if that happens. I also saw a couple of posters here in Vienna today as I was out this morning. One of them was very much fear-based. We're going to stop this, we're going to stop that. And the other one from another party, not big into politics, but the difference was very stark, was they had welcome written in several languages. And I thought, if we come from a place of fear, there's not a lot, we're not going to get very far. If, however, we can really tell ourselves, you know what, I've got nothing to lose, who dares wins, then the world can really be your oyster. Now, my granny, she had a different life maybe than she thought she would have when she was growing up. I think in the grand scheme of things, she had quite a good life, certainly after she retired. She developed a love of cruising. She used to take me cruising with her all over the world. She called me her secretary, used to do her nails and help her get dressed and all sorts of things. But on the day when Austria is celebrating its independence, I'm really reminded of, if you don't take risks, then you'll stay where you are. It's as simple as that. Had she not taken that risk when she was 21, when she didn't know where she was going, when she didn't speak the language, but she knew she had to do something different, I wouldn't be sat here today. So to all the Austrian women in particular who took the dare, who decided to leave Austria in those sad days, and who were not prepared to live with fear, rather live with a different kind of confidence, a different kind of hope, I just want to say thank you. And to all of those of you who are thinking about what you might or might not do, those of you who are thinking people might not like you anymore, you might not fit in anymore, also think about that motto that the SAS has: who dares wins. If you don't try, you'll never know. I wish you, on the 26th of October, a fabulous Feel Good Friday, an amazing weekend. Loads of love, and bye for now.